The leopard is one of the coolest predators on the planet, but sometimes it overestimates its strength and makes the wrong choice of opponent. That's when the spotted cat has to run to ensure its beautiful fur stays intact. Now we'll show you who can teach a lesson to a leopard it won't forget at all. Leopards are among the few animals that can stand up to a honey badger. Faced with their incredible rage, the spotted cat relies on its agility and sometimes wins in a duel. But this particular spotted cat clearly overestimated its abilities when it decided to attack an entire family of honey badgers. The angered honey badger showed the leopard that it is better not to mess with it at all. It chased away the enemy with such ease as if it were not the panther but an ordinary house cat. This lesson will stay with the leopard for a long time. This leopard tried to sneak up on a buffalo family to snatch a calf. The cat had decent chances, but something went wrong. The female noticed him. Buffaloes are not herbivores, easily frightened. They see danger, they attack its source. Powerful muscles and a weight of over half a ton give them the courage. The leopard didn't expect this turn of events. It got confused and ended up too close to the enraged mother. She chased him, and he was driven into the thickets. Another second and he would have been trampled. Surprisingly, the appearance of a lion saved the leopard. The female didn't risk her calf alone with this heavyweight predator, so she returned to her club, leaving the leopard alone. The spotted predator was lucky that the stronger animals got distracted by each other, but messing with buffaloes was clearly a mistake. However, the appearance of a competitor and an enemy saved him. Such luck deserves your like, don't you agree? Baboons are quite dangerous animals, although few consider them as such due to their relatively small size. This leopard also made the mistake of underestimating them while resting in a tree when an entire group of baboons arrived. Each primate has sharp and surprisingly long fangs. Besides, they also have nimble paws, but their main advantage is their number. They didn't want a leopard in their territory, and the fact that he got here first really didn't bother them at all. The leopard is shocked by such audacity. It tries to resist, but the baboons crowd him with their quantity and persistence. The leopard climbs higher and higher, therefore trapping itself, as baboons are adept tree climbers as well. In the end, a baboon had to jump from a great height to escape from the enraged primates. Fortunately, it didn't break anything, but the cat took a considerable risk. Even with its agility and powerful limbs, jumping from the height of a third floor is a pretty bad idea. But for the leopard, it was the only option. This is the only case. Here, baboons drove the leopard into the thinnest branches of the canopy, after which it was literally knocked out of the tree. It clung to the branch, tried to fend them off, but ended up falling and then having to run away. Can the leopard not stand up to these cheeky monkeys? It can. Here it dealt with one of them. And then what? Unlike many other animal species, these baboons are bold creatures. The loss of a comrade didn't impress them, and they continued to press the enemy. The leopard couldn't even drag its rightful prey away. Credit must be given to this brave cat. Trying to steal prey from a crocodile requires nerves of steel. The leopard noticed that the reptile wasn't attempting to feast and was swimming around the antelope it had just caught. But this was not an invitation to lunch. It was a trap. As soon as the leopard approached close enough, the crocodile immediately lunged at it. The cat's luck was that the bank was too steep and the crocodile couldn't leap from the water to a sufficient height for it to catch the leopard. Otherwise, that reptile would have had a diverse meal. The leopard even attempts to repeat the attack, but it ends up the same way, with the crocodile's lightning-fast lunge now even closer with its jaws open. Pushing further would have been foolish, and the leopard retreats. The leopard is a powerful predator, but only the fourth largest big cat after the tiger, the lion, and the jaguar. Moreover, it's not the top predator in its habitat. It has a few competitors that can pose a threat, primarily lions and hyenas. Both of these species are pack animals, while leopards prefer solitude. It's easy and comfortable, yet you are surrounded by a whole pack of rivals. Additionally, even one-on-one, a large hyena can overcome a leopard due to the monstrous strength of its claws. Also, for an experienced battle, forged heavyweight male lion, leopard becomes a punching bag just for him. This spotted predator underestimated the agility of the lion and thought that with its own agility, it could approach the opponent too closely. A big mistake. The lion is much faster than it seems. It chased the leopard, and the spotted cat was saved only by the nearby tree. The leopard literally leaped onto its top. That's what saved it. At the very last moment. The heavy lion couldn't climb so high. For leopards, this is a pretty typical defensive strategy. If there are trees nearby, then they use them as a favorite refuge. Among all predators capable of climbing the highest and thinnest branches of tree canopies, leopards are the strongest and the largest. Therefore, they are not afraid of other cats that can climb there at all. On the other hand, most of the leopard's enemies cannot climb trees as skillfully. This saves the spotted beauties. The problem is that this beloved tactic doesn't always work flawlessly. This lioness turned out to be much more agile than most of her kin. Then she noticed that the leopard had set up a shelter on the treetop and even stored supplies there. The lioness found it interesting, and she climbed straight up there. She's lighter than a lion and managed to reach a height of about the second or third floor. However, the lioness is heavier, more massive, and stronger than a leopard. Moreover, she's determined enough to engage in a fight right at this enormous height. Although the leaves conceal the animals, and witnessing the exchange of blows is impossible, it's easy to imagine the predator's fury. After all, the entire massive tree trembled from their showdown. The outcome is quite predictable. The branches simply couldn't withstand the furious clash of two large predators. Both cats fell down. Fortunately, both the lioness and the leopard managed to avoid serious injuries. After all, they are cats and land on their feet. The leopard took advantage of the fact that the branch broke and hindered the lioness from reaching him with her claws. So, the leopard managed to escape. However, it lost the prey. You know how it goes, right? Everything is going well, your efforts are paying off, and the long and hard work seems to be heading towards the long-awaited reward. And suddenly, some jerk appears and ruins everything. That's what this leopard experienced just now. It managed to sneak up unnoticed to a large wild boar. A lightning-fast leap, and the leopard is already on the prey's back. The boar desperately resists, trying to reach the leopard with its sharp, curved tusks. It struggles, twists, and vigorously throws the leopard off its back, but the panther's grip is incredibly strong. After an impressive struggle, the leopard managed to bring down the boar. The predator reached the prey's throat and began to strangle it. But the boar's squealing attracted the attention of a hyena. This large, audacious creature came to snatch the leopard's prey. It barged into this party and snapped its jaws right next to the panther's face. The leopard released the prey, but the hyena came a little bit too early. The boar is alive and determined to bash any carnivore who thought he looked like lunch. As a result, the hyena ruined the leopard's hunt and had nothing left for itself. It must be acknowledged, the boar acts cool. It hits the leopard from below with such force that the panther literally flies over it. However, perhaps the leopard leaped to such a height to avoid a too close encounter with the boar's tusks. In any case, so much effort was spent in vain. The spotted one ended up without lunch. If you think this leopard has had bad luck, take a look at our next hero. He encountered an even bigger problem. The leopard caught a boar, everything was going well. The prey was clearly weakening a little bit more, and the panther would be ready for lunch. But those squeals, do they irritate you too? One can only guess how much the leopard hates the sound made by boars. Because this time, those who the spotted predator would least like to see appeared. Lions. 2 adult and mighty male lions came to see who was making such a fuss. And when they saw that it was a leopard pinning a boar to the ground, it was a gift from fate for them. One powerful blow to the head, and the leopard had nothing left but to save its life. There was no chance for the boar to escape from the lions. If the leopard had hesitated even for a second, then it would have shared the fate of the pig. Fortunately, it managed to avoid this fate. In slow-motion footage, it can be seen that the situation is much more complicated than it seems at first glance. The leopard even managed to strike back, just to show the lion that it wouldn't be an easy prey for it. And then the spotted cat evaded the lion's capture and leaped away. It was fortunate. If it had tried to dodge and go around the lion from the other side, then it would have fallen right into the paws of its brother. Fortunately, the spotted cat avoided this thanks to its super speed, incredible reflexes, and honestly, a bit of luck. Usually, antelopes save themselves from predators by fleeing. They often panic, easily frightened away. The leopard took advantage of this and attacked the antelope while its kin panicked and retreated. The leopard acted masterfully. It skillfully jumped onto the prey, managed to stop the animal weighing twice as much as itself, reached the throat, and almost broke the trachea. But when the antelope that had run away decided to demonstrate heroism, it turned around and accurately struck the leopard with its horns right in the chest. The predator did not expect this. The blow was so powerful that the panther literally flew off. This saved the caught antelope, and both hoofed animals managed to escape. The most interesting thing is that this feature of killer whales was noticed by their victims. This whale spotted the pinniped and began a chase. Although the prey is agile and fast, because the animal hunts fish itself, it has no chance against such a fast and strong enemy. But do you know why this sly man did this? The killer whale shouldn't have underestimated him. Instead of maneuvering further or trying to break away, the pinniped smart guy just jumped on the boat to the people. And that's it, the killer whale retreated. Even in the excitement of hunting, she did not attack the ship, although these whales successfully crushed 3 times more massive icebergs and ice floes in order to feast on the seals that escaped on them. However, there was no aggression here. If the pinniped is near people, you need to stop. This is the principle of killer whales. Nice, isn't it? Of course, someone could say that if the pinniped was trying to hide anywhere and accidentally chose the side of the boat, but just look at how the poor guy is behaving. Having just escaped from the terrible mouth of a huge predator, this kid behaves with people like with friends. Even after experiencing stress, the wild pinniped is almost not even afraid of them. So he knew that he would be protected here. What do you think? Interestingly enough, similar behavior can be traced further down the food chain. Sea lions themselves hunt penguins in the same way that killer whales hunt pinnipeds. And here is a similar phenomenal case. A sea lion almost caught up with a penguin, who jumped on a ship to people at the last moment. Apparently, the intelligence of birds should not be underestimated either. It is curious that pinnipeds can chase penguins on land, but here the chase is over, and the predator gives up. He also does not want to get involved with people and show aggression towards their vessel. It would be funny if the penguin prey also tried to escape from humans. Can you imagine? The penguin is chasing the fish, it jumps out of the water, and gets on board the boat. However, if the vessel is fishing, it will be a little bit awkward. This Indian lioness found what she thought was an easy prey. A slow-moving but dense armadillo that can neither fight effectively nor escape. But the predatory cat should not have underestimated the power of the enemy's armor. The armadillo twisted into a ball and put up its defense against the fangs and claws of the lioness. And you know what? It worked 100%. The predatory cat tried to open the victim's defenses for several minutes. She attacked him, beat him, bit him, tried to stretch him, turned him over, and all to no avail. Do you think this is the end? Of course not. More lionesses have come. 3 large predatory panthers against 1 armadillo, which is 3 times smaller than each of the cats. But even with joint efforts, they could not do anything at all with this animal. The armadillo's defense is just incredibly effective. It seemed that a little more and it would be destroyed. It seems that the lionesses have found something to cling to, and now they will open the tangle into which the beast is closed. But no, he doesn't care about all their efforts. As a result, the lionesses simply gave up and began to spend more energy on such a stubborn and protected enemy. The armadillo waited for the lionesses to go about their business and calmly unwound, after which he went in search of food himself. Moreover, if you think that the armor of this animal can only help in a blind defense, then you are mistaken. This snake thought it could easily fend off such a small and funny predator. A bite, but no, it's useless. The armadillo easily avoids getting poison into its body due to both the protection of the armor and the reaction speed. And then the armadillo grabs the snake and deals with it in a few seconds with the help of its unexpectedly strong jaws. This cat was hunting on the roof and was able to catch his lunch. In general, domestic cats are considered more effective predators than tigers, if we consider the ratio of successful attempts to catch a meal compared to failed ones. But something went wrong here. The cat clearly perceived this flock of crows simply as a dark decoration for his exploits. Well, these boys wouldn't dare attack him, and even for no reason, would they? These are not falcons or eagles, just ordinary silly crows. But you shouldn't have underestimated them at all. Increasingly, it is possible to observe that birds of the crow family, which live in cities, perceive nesting sites as their own territory. Being incredibly smart, these birds try to take care of their safety of their own home. The cat didn't provoke them, but they still see him as a threat, and they're attacking. The mustached hunter did not expect such arrogance, but the crows also turned out to be unexpectedly good fighters. They are brave, strong, and able to act as a team. Just pay attention to how the birds want to teach the cat a lesson and kick him off their roof. They swoop down on the cat and inflict not at all dangerous, but very painful blows to the head, body, and paws. The crows evaluate the opponent, and they act too fast for even such a nimble predatory beast to go get them, especially since the blackbirds attacked from different sides. Would you be able to throw the cat off the roof? Great. No? Well then at least let's make his stay here so unpleasant that he leaves our territory forever. The cat, of course, cannot dine in this unpleasant company. He is angry, but he feels helpless. It seems that the lesson of crows will work, and this dexterous predator will not really threaten them, but will go to look for food elsewhere. The main advantage of the Impala is its incredible jumping ability and maneuverability. These ungulates are very fast, but when you're surrounded by a dozen hyena-like dogs, speed is not a guarantee of success. Pay attention to how smart and cunning predators drive their prey. They managed to correctly understand where the Impala would run, cut off its escape routes, and were able to surround the ungulate. Experienced predators understood that the herbivore had an advantage due to its longer legs. Therefore, the Impala will run along the sandy shore to take full advantage of this advantage. If she tries to hide in the bushes, she will just get confused and the dogs will catch up with her. And the Impala did just that. It ran away from the hyena-like dogs along the pond. That's just how she rushed straight into the jaws of the ambushed opponents. Do you think this is the end? Of course not. The Impala swims great. Thanks to her excellent reaction, she literally jumps out of the grasp of carnivorous animals at the very last moment and cinematically flies into the water. All the same long legs give her an advantage here too. The animal quickly breaks away from the enemies and swims away from them. Except there's a herd of hippos grazing on the other side. Of course, the Impala poses no threat to them, but these giants are very fiercely defending their territory. Moreover, their anger may not even be caused by a direct danger from a predator, and not by the fact that another herbivore can lead it. Hippos don't care about that at all. Their anger may simply be caused by the noise that an Impala makes in an attempt to save its own life. An enraged 3-ton hippopotamus rushes to intercept the ungulate. He is so serious and is not going to just scare the animal that has just escaped. Instead, it opens a huge mouth that can easily fit the entire impala inside it. The crushing force of a hippopotamus bite can break a hoofed animal's spine and legs and pierce through long fangs. But the incredibly cold-blooded impala dodges this time as well. Moreover, she manages to avoid being bitten by an aggressive giant at the very last moment, so that he does not have time to turn around and continue the attack. The ungulate was on the line twice in a few minutes, but its enemies underestimated the secrecy and luck of its victim. The impala escaped the grip of the hippopotamus when they were separated by a distance of several palms, and was able to get ashore away from the other hippos. And finally, the ungulate runs to safety. It broke away from the hippos, and the dogs are generally on the opposite shore and will not risk swimming across the pond with such formidable guards. One of the most epic cases when an herbivore was able to show both predators and larger aggressive animals that it would not just give up at all. Few things in life motivate you to never give up as well as the example of this zebra. The lioness was able to catch up and catch the striped horse, but did not really know what kind of stubborn and strong animal she was really dealing with. A predatory cat pounced on the zebra and straddled it. Just look at how an experienced huntress throws a zebra off balance. She purposely tries to roll her on her side while clinging to her with her sharp claws, and the lioness's grip is incredibly strong, and besides, she bit by the zebra by the scruff of the neck. It hurts the ungulates, but it understands that if it gives up, allows itself to be overwhelmed, it will hurt even more. So with furious fury and tenacity, the zebra jumps and tries to throw the lioness off its back. But finally, the hind legs of the predatory cat are on the ground, and she is still trying to hold the zebra with her weight because she expects that the prey is exhausted, as if not so. The brave ungulate is gaining speed, and the fall of the lioness was inevitable, although every second of this fight was tense and dangerous for the zebra. Here, the lioness set up a perfect ambush. A high and steep hill completely hides the predatory cat. She looks out from behind the thick grass and sees that the zebra is walking right into her paws. The lioness worked just perfectly and chose the moment when the victim has almost no chance to dodge her capture. Almost, because the zebra did something fantastic. She's probably on the athletics or acrobatics team here. The horse pushed off from the walls of the hill right on the run and did a complete 180. After that, the ungulate took acceleration and ran away from the lioness from a slow start. No matter how dexterous this ungulate was, the zebra could not overcome the inertia, so it braked for a brief moment. This was enough for an experienced hunter to do a lightning strike into the victim's back. But the zebra doesn't really care. It immediately throws out its hind legs in another strike. The lioness was lucky that she let go of the grip. If the hooves flew into her jaws, the predatory cat would simply have nothing to eat. As a result, the zebra was able to break away from the predator that had lost its run.